Hello YouTube, this is Chris with Berkshire Paranormal Services. This is on msnbc. I wanted to get this out there. This is pretty interesting here. Watch the winners.
Jaw-dropping life or death moments. Would you have survived by making the right choice? A split-second decision premieres Saturday at 9 p.m. on msnbc. Journey deeper.
We're back. This is just one of the early states. Still too early to call in Virginia. We're still locked at 1%.
I'm going to try to get live stream later. My stuff keeps getting stopped and I'm trying to live stream.
Georgia, 1% of the raw vote in. Too close to call. The data simply doesn't exist to give us.
I'm trying to get these so they don't change the numbers later on us.
Georgia.
That's why I'm recording this.
Riding on those two. For starters, Ron Mott is in Cincinnati, in the valuable state of Ohio, just across the way from the valuable state of Kentucky. Hey, Ron.
Hey Brian, you know, this is the Stragglers Hour, and about a half hour ago it was fairly busy in here, but it is indeed winding down. They've got another 12 minutes or so to vote here across the state of Ohio. Now, a lot of people have talked about what the turnout would be here in Ohio. We know that Clinton campaign was a little concerned about how things would go around the state, especially here in Hamilton. Hamilton, we've seen a shift more from red to blue over the last couple of cycles. Barack Obama carried Ohio, obviously, in 08 and 2012, but this looks to be perhaps a Donald Trump state going into
most of the states have become Donald Trump states
of this race. We can tell you here they had record turnout for early voting. The turnout today on actual election day is not going to be as robust as we've seen in the past, but still we think they may get to the figure that they had in 2012 across this county, which was 75%. About an hour ago, it was just teetering around 70%, so a pretty decent turnout all in all. We'll know soon enough here exactly what the turnout was, Brian.
All right, Ron Mott, critical state of Ohio. Steve Kornacki is at the board with more of our numbers.
Yeah, well, we are waiting now. Poll closings coming up in Ohio, North Carolina. I think you know the stakes in both states. North Carolina, President Obama was down there a week ago. He said, look, if Hillary Clinton wins this, she wins the election. Just what we're looking for. Again, story of the night here. It really is about.
You see how they're pulling the race card with all this?
We are. So take a look in Ohio. The black.
That's the race card
for Democrats in Ohio. Remember, President Obama carried Ohio 4 years ago narrowly. That was pretty much the state that re-elected him as president. So one of the keys to that 4 years ago was that 15% of the electorate in Ohio was black, and that represented enormous turnout among African Americans. If you think back pre-Obama, when John Kerry was the Democratic nominee back in 2004, that number was only 10%. So that reflects extremely high turnout. And again, that is one of the critical questions here. Barack Obama not on the ballot anymore. Will black voters turn out in numbers like that? Again, Democrats are going to need that to have a shot in Ohio. Also, take a look quickly, North Carolina. It is a similarly important question for Democrats there. This is a state with one of the largest black populations, voting populations, and you see it was 23%. Black voters were 23% in North Carolina in 2012. This is a state that President Obama nearly won. It was his biggest near miss on the map. How close
this is all a joke
are we seeing when these polls close in North Carolina this time around?
Steve Kornacki, thank you very much. Looking ahead to those two states, and particularly those demographic issues that you were just talking about, Steve, I want to bring in our friend and colleague, the Reverend Al Sharpton, who's here for us tonight. Al, one of the things that we have been watching across the country is the demographic split of the electorate. Democrats absolutely need African-American voters to hang on in the same way with their candidate this year that they did with Barack Obama in 2008 and 2012. How do you see it? What do you think those prospects are?
Well, what I've been getting from people around the country in African-American communities, particularly in Ohio and Florida and North Carolina, is that in the last several days of early voting and today, there's been a big turnout of black voters. I think the African-American vote has really been energized by the President and Mrs. Obama, and him President Obama tying it to his legacy and the continuation of his policies, and frankly by Donald Trump saying things that are offensive. It's very interesting.
See, they're playing the race card again.
Chris Matthews, for example, raised to Mayor Giuliani about Trump not going after the African-American vote, and the answer is, well,
people like him are snakes in the grass.
Mayors and others, they've not done well in the black community in some areas. He's not running for mayor. He's running for president. So the comparison when he says you have nothing to lose, which is what Trump said, he's really talking about President Obama, who he's hoping to succeed. Or he's talking about Democratic presidents. He's not running for local office. And they kind of pivot away from him as president, what would he have done for African Americans? So when you couple that kind of dismissive, you have nothing to lose, and you couple that with the Obama legacy, I think that we start hearing in the last several days a lot more energy in the African American community. It would be difficult in some areas to get the same vote and the same passion that you had for President Obama, for obviously this was history making for African Americans.
But they have nothing to lose. None of us have anything to lose.
We don't want to
see, this is them trying to pull the race card.
And he clearly, Donald Trump has, between the Bertha issue and between telling us we have nothing to lose, black unemployment is half today that it was when George Bush left office. We have a lot to lose, and I think a lot of people are voting because they have that in mind.
Reverend Al Sharpton,
okay, then explain why my buddy that's like a brother to me, he's a black guy, moved to Mississippi because there was no jobs where I was.
6.5 minutes away from North Carolina and Ohio closing. It's on the half hour, which makes it feel like it's not as big a deal.
See, this is the mass media trying to make you think Trump isn't winning, but if you look at the numbers down here, you see he is.
Always the buzzkill. I'm about to say we're going to take one last break, and when we come back, we'll have the bottom of the hour poll closings. Do not go anywhere.
Lobster with another new flavor you never saw coming. Grilled, glazed, Korean barbecue shrimp. And try.
See, that's part of the rigged election there. That all that is. If you listen to Al Sharpton, he was doing nothing but make Trump look like he was a racist. That's the mass media for you. That's what they do. You can't buy into that, guys. As you see with the numbers going by, we're winning. Trump is winning. I hope you guys understand that. I'm like I said, I'm trying to go live later. I was trying to go live before, but it keeps messing up on me, going off, cutting on, no video, no audio, literally stopping streaming itself. But I want to go ahead and get this out real quick to you guys to let you see that let's see here, because we've only got a few minutes left before the polls close there. So let's see what they say. Anyway, yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous, guys. This is msnbc. See what else I have to say. I wish I was live streaming this right now.
Essentially come out of nowhere and be giving Richard Burr a run for his money. There's almost no place more exciting to watch this year than that state.
That's why the President of the United States said squarely to the people of North Carolina the fate of the nation and perhaps
Kentucky 65%, 30% Clinton.
No pressure.
South Carolina is 50%, 49% Clinton.
Well, we've got the exit polls for North Carolina and Ohio, two of the biggest contests on the board. Let me show you what we can, what we see in these numbers. Let's start in Carolina.
All right, here's final numbers.
About these divides on like white voters with a college degree. What do you see? You see Trump by 13 points. Keep this in mind, though. 4 years ago, North Carolina was one
and
of
you
the
notice they said white
voters.
They're trying to pull the race card.
He narrowly won North Carolina 4 years ago. This margin was 19 points. So this margin has come down. Democrats have made progress. They've taken a 19-point deficit. They've reduced it to 13. The other big group of white voters, non-college white voters, blue-collar.
You see, they're focusing on white voters.
Well, look at this.
Not all the blacks or the Mexicans or the illegal immigrants that are voting for Trump.
Keep this in mind.
See, they're trying to play the race card.
North Carolina is one of these states where this white college, white non-college divide had already arrived, because 4 years ago when Mitt Romney ran, he won this same group.
And I have all fair use to use this as a video because it's for teaching,
among non-college whites
and it's public knowledge.
That's a disaster for her. In North Carolina, this is actually progress for Democrats. What we're seeing tonight is they have done better. According to these exit polls, they have done better with white voters in North Carolina than Barack Obama did 4 years ago. There's
you notice they brought up Barack Obama,
also,
which is supposedly black.
North Carolina is the black vote. No surprise here, you're seeing an overwhelming Democratic win. 89.
This is such a race card. It's not even funny, guys.
4 years ago, the margin 4 years ago, Barack Obama won black voters by 92 points. We said they'll also look at the composition of the electorate. What share of the electorate are black voters? 4 years ago, 23%. Tonight, it does appear to be down slightly from 23% 4 years ago to 21% tonight. But still, an overwhelming Democratic win among black voters and progress for Democrats among white voters. That is good news for them in North Carolina. Let me show you Ohio, what we have right there. Again, that college, non-college divide. Ohio's a different state.
This is ridiculous, guys.
Why. Among white voters with a college degree, you see Trump winning tonight by 13 points. That is slippage for the Republicans. The margin with this group for Republicans was 18 4 years ago. But here's how Ohio...
This is what I warned you about in my videos, about them pulling the race card, trying to divide us. That's exactly what they're doing right now.
For the level it does now. What Trump has done in a lot of these states, when his candidacy is done, check this out.
They're trying to make Trump look like a racist when he's not a racist. He's married to a legal immigrant for 18 years. Hillary has taken money from Grand Dragon of the KKK. The Clinton Foundation is being funded by KKK.
For them with non-college whites. That's a difference from what
this is ridiculous, dude.
And then, of course, there's the question of the black vote in Ohio. Similar to what we saw in North Carolina, the margin here tonight for Hillary Clinton is 83 points. Again, down slightly from what Obama had 4 years ago. He won by 93. We said also critical that question of turnout. 4 years ago, 15% of the electorate in Ohio is black. Tonight, 14.
15 to 14 is the change in the... Wow.
A slight drop.
A lot of Democrats were saying they expected that number to drop a lot more in terms of the proportion of the electorate that's African American in Ohio. Thank you, Steve Kornacki. I want to bring into the conversation now our friend Bob Costa, reporter from Washington Post. I understand that you've been talking with the Trump campaign, and you may also have some
all right, I'm going to go ahead and end this now so that I can get this up. I'm already sitting at 12 minutes, but I want to get this up and show you guys. This is what we're battling. This is msnbc. This is what I've been warning you guys about. I wish I was live streaming this, but I'm having problems doing the live streams. This is what I've been warning you about. They're pulling the race card, and they're trying to make Trump look like the racist when he's not the racist. Hillary Clinton is the racist. There's actually pictures circulating around as well of Hillary Clinton dressed like a black person, and her husband Bill Clinton dressed as a slave owner for Halloween, for a Halloween party. Her nephew has close ties with the KKK. She's accepted money, like I said, from a Grand Dragon of the KKK. Then you got Trump, who's married to a legal immigrant. He has been for 18 years. Back around the time, if you do your homework, he didn't want to run for president 18, 20, 30 years ago. He said no. But if you look at the numbers, not what they're saying, look at the numbers. It says Trump is winning. But if you look at the numbers where they're talking, it's a race card. They're trying to divide and conquer us. Don't allow it to happen. Don't. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. Stay focused, America. Stay focused. I've got people that message me, private message, comments, talk to me personally on Skype and on Facebook and stuff like that are from other countries that follow me on my media. Even ones that don't follow me are messaging me. They want Trump to win. They do not want Hillary to win. I've got all people from all nationalities, all walks of life that live here in America voting for Trump. Don't listen to that horse shit, because that's all it is. It's horse shit. They're trying to make Trump look bad so that people like me that haven't voted won't go vote, because they're going to look like they're racist, or so that, because that's the card they're pulling right now, is the race card, like I keep warning you guys about. And then so you won't even admit who you voted for, because now you're a closet racist. Okay, And then, oh, if Hillary's winning, then why should we go vote? See, they're showing, you know, Trump's winning on the bottom on the numbers. But if you look at it, when they started talking and pointing out numbers, that's when they kept saying white, 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 white for Trump. And the black was for Hillary. Hillary is not for America. She is not for the white people. She's not for the black people. She's not for the Mexican. She's not for the immigrant. She's not for the children. She's for herself. She's an evil, sadistic bitch. I'm shaking right now. She is not going to help this country. She has her own agenda in mind, which lines up with the devil worshiping that she does. Please heed my warning, people. What they just said is incorrect. It is inaccurate. So anyway, I'll bring you another video as soon as I can, and if I can, I'll do a live stream. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Thanks, rate, comment, subscribe. Get this video out to everybody. Everybody needs to see this. God help us. Pray, people. If you're a Christian and you believe, pray that God takes care of our nation. He keeps Hillary's evilness out of our office, out of our White House. One of the highest highest positions on earth is the White House. That he keeps her out of there, and he keeps this country safe, and he gets Trump in there and guides Trump to protect this country and make this great nation great again. Anyway, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.